how are you doing? And happy Wednesday. Now, welcome to Impact Dialogues Health Wednesday. My name is Ruth Wanjiru, and I am so happy to be seeing you again. Yes, it's been a while. We've been, taking a rest for a while, but we are back, and like they say, we are back with a bang. But it is my hope and prayer that you are doing okay. It is my hope and prayer that you are fine wherever you're watching us from. You've been okay. You've been keeping healthy, because that's the role of Health Wednesdays. Like, we have to stay healthy no matter what. And I am hoping that kama kawa kama dawa, you do have your cup of coffee this morning so that we can take a look at what we have in our Health Wednesday. But welcome so much. Again, my name is Ruth Wanjiru. I'm going to be with you in the next hour as we get to look at our health, as we get to look at the new developments in our health sector, of course, in the country, and also as we get to see what happened today in history. Well, that is very interesting today, because it is something that we come across maybe day in a day out. Also, do stick around for our term of the week. We are looking at something that you've had a lot of people say, but I don't know if you know what it means. I know you've heard, oh, I have a migraine. Maybe once or twice about migraines, because we are going to be looking at that in our term of the weeks. And of course, our topic of the day today, we are taking a look at headaches. So get your cup of coffee, get your cup of tea, get your cup of lemon tea, I'm a lemon water, I'm a hot water, as we package you for Impact Dialogues at this morning. Now, we are live on all our social media platforms. We are live on Facebook, the Oracle Television Network. Make sure you give me that like. If you're watching right now, give me that like, and also make sure that you share as well. Very important. Sharing is very important. Kitambo, they used to tell us that sharing is caring. So care enough to share this morning. That is on Facebook. And also those who are watching us on YouTube at the Oracle Television Network. We are also live right there. So make sure you subscribe as well and click on that notification bell. And you can find me on my personal Facebook, Ruth Wanjiru. And also I'll follow you back. Unasemanga kuna jina nilikuwa tafuta lakini nimepotea, Prodeco, something like that, quid pro, yeah, something of the sort, something along those lines. But welcome so much to Impact Dialogues. Now, I do want us to start with what we always start with, and that is our weather update. So how does our weather look like? And we are back. By the way, I forgot to say that you can also text, WhatsApp, or call on 0711-176-006. That number is right on your screen. So interact with me and tell me what's going on with you. Tell me what is your health tip of the week. Like we always do, just give me that health tip of the week. Watu wa maji, kunyweni maji mingi. I am waiting for your health tip of the week as well. So how do our weather look like? Let me start with the central region. Allow me to start with the central region. Let me look for that. Just give me a minute. Yeah, the central region. So the central region this morning is cloudy and cool. I know, cloudy and cool. Yeah, it is not that hot this morning. It is not that cold this morning. The weather is just pleasant this morning. And our temperatures right now are ranging from 16 degrees Celsius to 19 degrees Celsius. But this, however, are going to be changing in the midday, and they are going to be warming, and we are going to be having 23 degrees Celsius, between 22 degrees Celsius and 23 degrees Celsius. This is the central region. And then in the evening, rain is expected around 9 p.m. Okay, if you're in the central region, 9 p.m. and temperatures are going to be cooling. That is to 18 degrees Celsius. All right, that is in the central region. Now let's look at the coastal region. And the coastal region, I see today they have a hazy sunshine warming steadily, and their temperatures actually are starting from 28 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. See, compared to central, it's quite hot. And of course, these temperatures are going to be peaking in the afternoon up to 30 degrees Celsius. I know it's going to be a bit hot. And of course, in the evening, we are going to be having skies clearing, and then the temperatures are going to be cooling gradually to 24 degrees Celsius. That is in the coastal region. All right, those who are in the coast. And then we have the lakeside region. And the lakeside region, this morning, it's cloudy, and it's gradually warming. It's going to be gradually warming. Inaenda pole pole hivyo. And but right now temperatures are ranging between 22 degrees Celsius and 26 degrees Celsius. However, these temperatures are going to change in the afternoon, because it's going to be mostly cloudy in the afternoon, and then your temperatures are going to be ranging around 28 degrees Celsius, around there. Then in the evening, the skies are going to clear. That is the lakeside region. The skies are going to clear, and the temperatures are going to cool to as low as 20 degrees Celsius. Then we look at the Rift Valley region. Now, the Rift Valley region, this morning, it's mostly cloudy, and it's warming up to 19 degrees Celsius this morning. But however, there is going to be a possible afternoon thunderstorm, around 3 p.m. That is in the Rift Valley region. And of course, your temperatures are going to be rising to 22 degrees Celsius. And then in the evening, the skies are going to be clearing, and of course it's going to be a cool night, and your temperatures are not that high in the night. That is 12 degrees Celsius to 16 degrees Celsius. That is in the Rift Valley region. It's going to be clear and chilly today. Okay, in Mombasa, clear and comfortable. In Nairobi, it's likely to rain today in the evening. So be very aware. In Kisumu, there's going to be high humidity, and a lot of cloud cover. And then evening will be pleasant. You're going to have a very pleasant evening tonight. And of course, Mombasa, temperatures are going to be at their peak during the day in the midday, so make sure you do your best to stay hydrated. Do your best to stay hydrated, because like we always say, ukisikia mahali kwenu kuna jua kali, ukisikia kwenu ni jua itakuwa kali sana, unakaa na maji karibu. Because I think a few weeks ago we learned about hydration, and we did learn why it is important to stay hydrated. So if you're in an area where there's going to be a lot of sun today, so make sure you stay hydrated. And of course, do not forget that weather can always change. But in case you want to be looking at how your weather is going, they are always available. The updates are always available at the Met Department portal or our website, so you can go ahead and check out that. And if you want me to read your county update, you just inform me sijasoma yenu. However, today I tried to categorize them in regions, okay? And that is how your weather look like. And as we always say right here, no matter the weather, whether it's sunny, whether it's hot as Garissa, whether it's cold, whether it's calm, whether it's cool, whether it's pleasant, the blessings of the Lord are always sufficient, and they are going to always find you no matter where you are. All right, and that is our weather update. So we go ahead and look at something more interesting, more updates. So here is our traffic updates. our roads look like this morning? Ni wapi mutakaa sana, ni wapi hamtakaa sana? That's basically it. So I want us to start with Wayakiwe. And Wayakiwe seems to be flowing smoothly this morning. Watu Wayakiwe, yani kama umeanza mutatupatia tips. But Wayakiwe is flowing smoothly this morning. There has not been any reported snarl-ups, by the way. Officers are seen near Kangemi footbridge, of course managing the traffic. However, there's just a tiny bit of a snarl-up from Brookside, ukienda pale Westlands, a roundabout. That is to be expected because of the roundabout. But other than that, Wayakiwe actually seems pretty cool. There's actually no accident reported, and there's no snarl-up reported. But of course, there is still some police due to nearby, due to the road. And of course, do remember that pale Wayakiwe at Kangemi, there's interchange footbridge right there that is being made, okay, that is being constructed, so that might cause a little bit of a snarl-up. But right now this morning at this hour there's nothing like that, okay. That's Wayakiwe. So Ngong Road, traffic is a bit heavy, so we are moving from moderate to heavy. It's slow but it's moving, and we always say there is nothing as good as having traffic that is moving, because have you ever stayed in traffic that is not moving? Have you ever, unasikia kama ni utashuka, alafu ukishuka ndio hiyo gari yenye ndio jam inafunguka. But Ngong Road looks like that this morning. It's a bit heavy, but it's moving. There is no major incident that have been flagged, and Ngong Road is a busy road, especially if you're coming into the CBD. Pale Prestige Mall, I see it's a bit of a snarl-up pale Prestige Mall. So if you're using Ngong Road and you're coming to the CBD, do expect a delay of around 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes, around 15 to 20 minutes right there. That is if you're coming to the CBD using Ngong Road, okay? Then we look at Mombasa Road. Now, Mombasa Road, there's it's moderate to heavy as well. There is actually no major traffic holdups this morning, looking back at the history of how Mombasa Road looks like each and every morning. So today it's actually moving moderate to heavy, and if you're coming to the CBD, of course there's a little bit of pale Nyayo. Okay, let me see that. Yeah, there Nyayo Stadium. I think when you're coming in, there's a little bit of snarl-up as well there. So if you're using Mombasa Road, your delay is 10 to 15 minutes. Not that much delay. And it's actually a breather for people who live on Mombasa Road, because Mombasa Road can do you that thing. But that is how Mombasa Road looks like this morning. But good thing is there has not been any incident or accident reported. So we are good to go. All right. And of course, we look at Kiambu Road. So Kiambu Road is moving on well. I see there's a bit of snarl-up pale DCI. And I don't know why DCI is always a bottleneck. Pale DCI headquarters, it's always a bottleneck for traffic around Kiambu Road. But apart from that, there is nothing else. I see right here, no major incidents, no major accidents, not that bit of a holdup, because 10 to 15 minutes is your maximum delay. That is if you're coming into the CBD using Kiambu Road. All right. Then we look at Thika Road. So Thika Road, this morning traffic remains calm and is flowing very smoothly. And of course, there's a bit of snarl-up pale TR Thika Road Mall, of course, stretching all the way to Muthaiga. Pale Muthaiga also there's a bit of snarl-up, but not that much delay. And of course, hapa ukiingia na town from Ngara, as you're going into town, also a bit of delay right there, but nothing major, nothing that can't be handled. Okay, so that is Thika Road. No major incidents, no major accidents, so we are good to go. Thika Road iko sawa, and I'm so happy that on our roads today there is no major incidents incidents or accidents. That's actually a breather, right? It's actually a breather. Then we have Langata Road around here. So Langata Road this morning appears very clear and uncongested. Okay, that's nice. At least it's the first road in a jam, but it appears clear and uncongested. And of course, no alerts, no major incidents, major accidents that have been reported along that road. That is on that is on Thika Road, and of course that is on Langata Road, and of course for Thika Road, make sure that you watch out for the U-turns near exit 10. For those of you who are driving, I don't know what's happening right there. Let me try and check for you what's happening right there. Yeah, local drivers may detour unexpectedly. That happens. We do know we are in Kenya, right? And yeah, so that is how our roads look like this morning. I'm trying to see if kunenye nimewacha. And of course, CBD entrances, for those of you who are coming into the CBD, so the Harambee Avenue and Kenyatta Avenue have been partially blocked. I have no idea why. I'll try to look into that so that we can tell you that before we end the show. But yeah, that is how your weather and traffic update look like this morning. Talk to me. Tell me wherever you are, kama kuna joto. Tell me wherever you are if there is traffic, if there is any road I've missed. It is always good to update us as well so we can update others who are watching us. All right. And yeah, so after the weather updates, after the traffic updates, I do want us to look into our history books, and this is quite interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, here is what happened today in history. What happened today in history? Now, before we go to what happened today in history, I do have a few messages right here that I like. So you can get to know, but we are coming to what happened today in history. We are looking into our history books in just a while. So I have someone here saying, let me see. Good morning, Ruth. This is Patricia watching from Murang'a. Ulikuwa umetutupa sana. Surely Patricia. Sikuwa nimewatupa sana. Ilikuwa tu just what? Two Wednesdays. It's just 2 Wednesdays. But I'm hoping, Patricia, is 2 Wednesdays you've been keeping healthy and you've been eating well, because the last episode we had on health was about diet. But thank you so much, Patricia. And then I have someone else here, anasema John wa Muhindi. Okay, ni John wa Muhede ama John wa Muhindi, whichever works. Anasema okay, kwa rofa wakungu pamoja sana. Ni John wa kwa Muhindi. Okay, John wa kwa Muhindi, thank you so much for tuning in. Anasema tuko pamoja sana. John, tupatie health tip yako ya asubuhi. That is what we do each and every Wednesday. You give us your health tip of the day. But John wa kwa Muhindi, thank you so much for tuning in, John, and thank you for making it to Impact Dialogues this morning. Now I have someone else here. Anasema hello, na watch nikiwa Limuru. Huyu ni Njoro, na wapenda sana. Njoro, tunakupenda sana pia. Your health tip of the week hatujaipata, but make sure that you give us that as well. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. This is Natasha watching from Nyeri. Health tip of the week: kuleni matunda kwa wingi. All right, kuleni matunda. Mwambia mkule matunda. Mumeambiwa mkule matunda. Nyeri is saying mkule matunda. That is her health tip of the week. I have someone here also anasema good morning Oracle TV. Good morning. Anasema loving Okay, got your message. Thank you so much. Alafu anasema health tip of the week, nasimama pale pale, take a lot of water but not too much water. I actually like that. Take a lot of water but not too much water. That is actually the right one. Take a lot of water but not too much water. I actually like that. And also have someone else here. Good morning, Oracle TV. This is Tash watching from Kangemi. Naomba municheze. Alright, tuona kama takuchezea Tash. But thank you so much for keeping it Oracle TV. And thank you so much for being there for us. I see someone else here. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Thank you so much. Got your message. Nanasema health tip yangu leo. Okay. All right, let me just read it. Health tip yake, I'm going to read it just as it's written, okay? Health tip yangu ya leo, exercising is not just for the obese. Watu wazoe kupiga tizi. Umesikia? Watu wazoe kupiga tizi. Thank you so much, Tash. Thank you so much. And you who is watching us back at home, do continue tuning in. Do continue talking to us. 0711-176-006. Hiyo namba iko kwa screen yako. And also tell us where you're watching us from. Na utuambie what is your health tip of the week. Pia pale wenye wako Facebook. Also tell us what is your health tip of the week. Because we do love you and we do... we do want to get to hear muko na health tip gani ya siku. Tash na amenifurahisha. Tizi si ya watu obese peke yake. Hivyo ndio amesema tizi si ya watu obese peke yake, watu wazoe kupiga tizi. Amazing. Thank you so much. And so let's go back to what happened today in history. And so as I was looking through this, so what happened today in history? This is what happened today. So today, it's actually more of a notable birthday of someone who is actually very important, because today, Dr. Alan Phillips was born on July 16th, that is 1906. Now, hold on to that and get why this is important. It is important because this is the guy who invented the oral rehydration therapy, that is the ORT. Now, someone might not know what this is, but the oral rehydration therapy, this was a life-saving treatment for severe dehydration, especially from cholera and diarrhea. And why is it important? This particular formula that he, invented is still used in Kenya today. All right? It is still used in Kenya today. And, the drink, the formula, or rather the invention, which was called ORT back then. Right now it's called ORS. And I'm sure for those of you who are parents, maybe wakati umeenda hospitali and you have a child, mwenye maybe the child is diarrheaing, the child maybe has cholera. This one has to be in the prescription meds. Okay, parents, I think mkienda hosi mnapeangwa hiyo, right? So why are we celebrating this guy? Because he's the guy behind this mind. By then it was called the ORT, and it was just a simple drink made by mixing clean water, sugar, and salt in the right proportions to replace lost fluids and electrolytes in the body. All right. So this was the formula. He just used like 1 liter of clean water. That is the guy right there on your screen. That is Dr. Alan Phillips. All right, Dr. Robert Alan Phillips. All right, and so the basic formula, this is how he invented it. So 1 liter of clean water, and then he could use 6 levels of teaspoon sugar and a half teaspoon of salt. And Dr. Phillips discovered this. This was actually the very first one that he made, even though zilikuwa zinakaa kitambo. And actually, he discovered this while treating patients, who had cholera in Asia, and also discovered that sugar, that is glucose, helped the intestines absorb sodium and water more efficiently. And now his work later laid foundation for WHO's global adoption of ORTs, that is in the 1970s. And since then, this particular drink right here, that drink that you see, became a hope to so many cholera patients, became a hope to the, to the health sector globally, because it is estimated to have saved 70 million lives, especially children under 5 years. And this is why this was super, super important. And are still the first line treatment in rural and urban health sectors across the country right now, across Kenya. Now leave the global impact for a while. Let's come back home. Let's come back to our country, and this has been so helpful, you know, in disaster response like drought and cholera outbreaks. And also ORT is a core part of community health programs in counties like Turkana, Kilifi and Siaya, and it's often given in oral rehydration corners in hospitals and dispensaries. And this one is supported by organizations like Amref Health Africa and also the ministry in hospitals mostly. And I see them being given to children who are maybe diarrheaing, children who maybe have that cholera. I always see you know, them given these at the hospital. So you tell me what you think about that. 0711 176 006, and that is just our history books. That is what is happening in our history today. Actually, they are celebrating the guy today. All right, so make sure you also celebrate the inventor today as well. And thank you so much for those of you who are texting us and also tuning in. Thank you so much. I see bado tunaendelea kupata more and more health tips, and to continue giving us those health tips. They are important, by the way. The health tips are important. Kuna ingine nimeona hapa, allow me to read this one. And this one says, just give me a minute. Yeah, thank you so much. Just give me a minute. I think I saw it on this other one. Let's see. Yeah, right. I found it. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. My health tip of the day. Tukunywe maji kwa wingi, lakini tukunywe maji safi. That's amazing. And I see someone here anasema, anaitwa Electra. Okay. Just a minute. Just give me a minute. Good morning. Just a minute. Anasema, yeah, I found it. Good morning, Ruth. We're talking about ORS. Okay. Good morning, Ruth. My name is Electra, watching from Mombasa Road. Talking about ORS. Okay, kidogo tu ni decode your message yake. Anasema talking about ORS, just the other day, my child had diarrhea, and you are right, that is what they give children. Yeah, that's right, that is what they give children wakati mtoto ana diarrhea sana, to like restore the fluids in your body and electrolytes in your body. That is what they give them, and that is why we are celebrating Dr. Alan today, because he was born today and he is the mind behind that particular medicine, that particular solution to restoring fluids in your body. Thank you so much, Electra. I kind of like your name, Electra. Hoping you're electrific as well. Thank you so much. George kutoka Muranga anasema sijasoma weather update ya Muranga, nitakuwa nikikusomea George, relax. Alafu anaendelea hapo kusema my health tip of the day. Okay, anaungana na hiyo ya tizi. Watu wa tizi mmefanyia nini watu? Is it that people don't exercise nowadays because watu watizi wameamuana na nyinyi? But anyway, thank you so much, George. Keep it locked, keep it tuned. And to you who's back at home, do not just sit there. Talk to us kindly. 0711 176 006. Talk to us and tell us, what is your health tip of the week? What is your health tip of the week as we look at our health term of the week? Now, our health term of the week is something that not many of us actually, many of us hear about it, but many of us actually confuse it with headaches. And now I did mention that today we are going to talk about headaches, but in our health term of the week, today we are looking at migraines. Okay, migraine. So what is a migraine? Ebu just take that moment to remember uniambia kama ushaisikia jina kama hiyo before. Migraine, well, it's mostly confused for a headache, but what is a migraine? That is what we are looking at today, in our health term of the week. And so a migraine, please listen carefully. A migraine is a neurological condition that causes intense throbbing headaches, usually on one side of the head. It can be either this side or this side, on one side of the head, or when you're nasikianga sijui mbele ama nyuma, whichever part of your head, okay, on one side of the head, and often comes with either nausea, also comes with vomiting sometimes it comes with sensitivity to light and sound. There are those people, light ikipita tu mbele yako, shwa, unaumwa na kichwa. Ama there are those people, ukisikia loud noise, like if you stay maybe close to a speaker, I think that is the closest thing I can come to. Yeah, if you stay somewhere there's a speaker and that speaker like hits really loud, unapata mtu anaumwa na kichwa. That is also might be a symptom of a migraine. Okay, so a migraine can attack at least 4 to 72 hours. You can have an attack of a migraine about 4 to 72 hours, and some people might experience a migraine aura. Now, maybe one Health Wednesday we are going to get deeper into it, because this was the time of the week. We just looking at the basics, or rather just at just some of the key highlights. And migraines are more common in women and often linked to hormonal changes. But before we look at where they are common in and their triggers, these are some of the symptoms of migraines. Okay, and as you can read on your screen, you can have symptoms before, during, or after. And after a headache, different types of migraines have different symptoms. That's why I told you maybe in future we are going to look into that. But here are some common symptoms of migraine. Number one, throbbing head pain, and sometimes mostly on one side. And watu wanasemanga, okay, nilikaa hivi nikasikia side moja ya kichwa. You see this side? Nikasikia sijui left side yote ya kichwa inauma, ama right side, ama mbele, ama naumwa na kichwa hapa nyuma, ama naumwa na kichwa side, ama naumwa na kichwa. Yeah, that kind of pain. And then there are some people maybe who might have confusion or trouble talking. Your migraine inakupatia that sharp pain, because it's normally that sharp pain, a very throbbing pain. And then maybe some may vomit or nausea. You find that because you've vomited so much, and I think I've seen this a lot. You vomited so much, unapata mtu anaumwa na kichwa. And also some from a stuffy nose. I know a stuffy nose can cause a migraine. And of course we have a dizziness, and then there's a vision distortion such as flashing lights or blind spots. Unapata you're walking and then just all of a sudden there's a blind spot, like you can't see. That's also might be a migraine attack. And also maybe for those people who are sensitive to light, noise, or smell. Kuna mtu akinukia kitu anaumwa na kichwa. People are funny, people are weird out there, and that's why we are told that we have different body types. Kuna mtu akinukia kitu nasikia kichwa inauma. That might also be a symptom of a migraine. And then some mood changes, and of course others the face, the neck, or the scalp pain, and of course to some fatigue. All right, and this is these are just some of the symptoms. These are like the general symptoms of migraines. But when you go to look much deeper into it, now the symptoms will depend on the type of migraine, but we are going to look into that. I promise you, one of the Health Wednesdays, we are going to get deeper into migraines. But going on, I did mention that some are more common in women, and this is because they are often linked to hormonal changes. We know women, we are very special beings, right? Yeah, that's right. And of course, some of the triggers of a migraine might include stress. You can see like that picture on your head, right? Like that picture, the previous picture, umeona venye yeah, thank you. That picture on your head, umeona ni kichwa mahali pamoja panauma. And I don't know if some of you have experienced this. Unapata ni side moja ya kichwa inauma. That is a migraine, that is not a headache. Okay, that is the difference between a migraine and a headache. And I think we should get an expert to explain some of these things to us. And we are going to do that after we check into migraines, okay? But yeah, and some of the triggers include stress. It might be stress. It might be lack of sleep. If you're stressed too much, a migraine might attack you. It might be lack of sleep. It might be anxiety as well. And of course, caffeine. Oh my goodness, watu wa kahawa. I think in the WhatsApp group, mi naingia pia. It might be coffee or caffeine, because I think, yeah, it might be caffeine. Some people, when they skip meals, it might trigger a migraine. And of course, physical exertion. If you go pale gym, unaamua leo ni mimi ndio bazoo. Today I'm going to exercise like never before. If you exert yourself way too much, and doesn't have to come from exercise. If you exert yourself maybe during the day working here and there, you might have a migraine. And of course, watu wa kahawa, and I'm sure watu wa kahawa wamesikia hii. Now, I can relate to kahawa because once in a lifetime, maybe when you skip coffee, oh my goodness, your head wants to lie to you that you cannot survive without that coffee, and you have that very sharp pain, and it's of course always here up and belly. But those are some of the migraine triggers. And migraines are not just a bad headache. It's a disabling brain condition affecting your work, might affect how you work throughout the day, might affect how you also relate to others. And of course, if this keeps happening to you, it is always good to go and see a doctor. It could be a migraine and it could be treatable. And this is the mistake we do by confusing a migraine with a headache. Unaendanga tu Panadol unameza and you don't know that is a migraine that you have. All right. So if this keeps persisting, you can take your Panadol for the first day, the second day. But if this one becomes more than expected, you just go and see a doctor. And that is our term of the week. You tell me what you think about that. Tell me if you've ever experienced a migraine ukasema ni headache, kama kuna siku uliona migraine ukasema hapana, hii lazima ikuwe ni kuumwa na kichwa. Because actually most of us don't know this and it's a medical term, so we wouldn't say everyone knows about it. Utadhania tu ni headache, kumbe ni migraine. But you tell me what you think about that. 0711-176-006. I want us to take a short commercial break. Then when we come back, we are coming back with our health eye, and we are coming back for that interactive session as well. We will look at our health eye of the day, and it's quite interesting. Your packaging for your favorite snack is about to change, and this is what Kenya is doing to make sure that you live a healthier life. So do stick around. This is Impact Dialogues with me, Ruth Wanjiru. We take a very short commercial break, and then we will be right back. Looking for that real tasty kienyeji chicken that reminds you of home? Welcome to Neema Poultry Farm. Located in the peaceful hills of Kiserian, Neema Poultry Farm rears improved kienyeji chicken perfect for meat. Our chicken are clean, healthy, and full of that rich natural flavor. Whether you're cooking for your family, running a hotel, or buying in bulk, Neema guarantees quality, consistency, and care in every chicken. Call us right now on 0768-211-766 and place your order. Neema Poultry Farm, from our farm to your table.
Amen, amen, amen. I come to you in the name of the Lord. My name is Dr. Pauline Oracle. I am coming to you from Mountain of Deliverance Church, Nairobi. Mountain of Deliverance Church, Nairobi. Why am I coming to you at this time? I don't know what time it is wherever you are, but I come to you with this scripture, Acts chapter number 16, verse number 9. And the Bible says, this is Paul, and the Bible says, and a vision appeared to Paul at night. There stood a man of Macedonia. And prayed to him, saying, come over into Macedonia and help us. I come to you as a servant of God with a Macedonian call, asking everyone that enjoys Oracle TV, everyone that listens to the Oracle TV, everyone that says, Oracle is my papa. Most of you call him papa, even when you call him online, you say, I am a follower. I want to come to you with a Macedonian call, and I am asking you, come over and help us. Why are you helping us? We are in this building, and God has given it to us by mortgage from the bank, and we are asking you just for 100 shillings every day. 100 shillings every day. Some of you can say 1,000 shillings a day. Some of you can say 1,000 is too little. We are asking, we are raising a team of 10,000 people all over Kenya that will give us 100 shillings per day. We want to put down this mortgage as soon as possible. 10,000 shillings. By the way, statistics tell us that Oracle TV is watched by over 1 million people per day. So 10,000 is just 1%. It's not even 10%. It is just 1% of the people that watch the Oracle TV. So I am coming to you from wherever you're watching us from. We are calling you and we are extending a Macedonian call. Why am I extending this Macedonian call? Because we need to pay this mortgage every month. On the 15th, we have to pay quite a substantial amount of money for us to remain in this building. And we know that you love the Oracle. We know, or I know, that you love the ministry of the man of God. If you love the ministry of the Oracle, I am only asking for, I think, only 1% of you. We are raising a team. We are raising people up to 10,000 per day because we are watched by over 1 million. When I ask for 10,000, I am only asking for a very small percentage. Just get to your phone right now. Send us just 100 shillings. Some of you can send us 1,000 shillings. Somebody else is asking, kwani hii mortgage ni pesa ngapi? Just give me a call. Our numbers are on the screen. Ask me what is the balance of this mortgage. We want to bring this elephant called a mortgage down, so that we can preach the gospel without having to think about raising money to pay the bank every end of the month. And by the way, I want to appreciate all of you that have been coming on board. Every month, the pay bill has had money. Maybe not enough, but it has had money that has pushed us all the way. So this time around, we are coming and asking you, just 10,000 of you, not 1,000, not 100. I am asking 10,000 of you to come up. We team up. 10,000, those of you that have got your phones and calculators, you can see how much you can be able to raise per month. That means within the next 1 or less 1 year, we can be able to put down this mortgage. 10,000 of you is just a fraction of the people that watch Oracle TV. So we are asking you, come and help us. Some of you have followed the Oracle from the days of KBC. You have followed us all through from the days the Oracle and I were in Nakuru. Some of you are staunch followers of the Oracle. I want you to stop becoming a follower, become a partner, and become a partaker. And I want to challenge all of you. Every time you give your sacrifice, whether it is 100 shillings, whether it's 1,000 shillings, name your sacrifice. Say, this is what I want my sacrifice to do for me. Maybe you're sick in your body and you're saying, by this sacrifice on this altar, I am trusting God for my healing. By this sacrifice on this altar, I want God to open heavens for me. By this sacrifice on this altar, I am believing for the salvation of my husband. By this sacrifice on this altar, I am believing for the salvation of my children. I want you to name your sacrifice. I want you to go to your M-Pesa right now. I want you to send that money to that pay bill that is on the screen. We are now in Nairobi. Where are you in Nairobi? The Bible says, 2 Samuel chapter number 7 verse number 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel. I will appoint a place for my people M-O-D Nairobi. I will appoint a place for them. I will plant them and they will dwell in that place of their own. This is a place of our own. You can help us own this place by just sending us 100 shillings every day. You can say, I am missing my lunch. I am missing my dinner. I am missing something. I am sacrificing. It is a sacrifice. I know the economic status of the nation, but you can say, by this 100 shillings, I am partnering with MOD. I know I've also been a blessing to so many. I have my program every Saturday. You have seen me preach on Oracle TV. If I have ever been a blessing to you, if Dr. Oracle has ever been a blessing to you, please help us own this place ASAP, as soon as possible, so that we can put down this mortgage in Jesus' mighty name. I come to you once again with a Macedonian call. This is Dr. Pauline Oracle. I want to see your sacrifice. I want to see you name your sacrifice. Just send your sacrifice and call us. Tell us, I have sent my sacrifice of 1,000 shillings. I have sent my sacrifice of 10,000 shillings. We are raising a team of 10,000 people. And we will get there. Because every minute, every second, there's somebody that is searching and tuning into Oracle TV. You that has just tuned in on now, I am asking for you. I am asking you to come on board and help us pay this mortgage. Together, we can make it. So far, 20 months, we have paid without fail by your help. We want you to pull up your socks, and we want you to increase the commitment to this 100, 1,000, 2,000. I come to you and I say, come and help us. In Jesus' mighty name, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord open doors. May you become an owner of a building, an owner of a property in Nairobi and in the city wherever you are. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, you are the blessed of the Lord. In Jesus' name.
Impact Dialogues with me, Ruth Wanjiru, and today is our Health Wednesday, and now I am so happy that I get to spend your morning with you. Kama umemiss kidogo, tutarudi tu pale YouTube or Facebook to rewatch that part. But let's first talk about Neema Poultry Farm. And I mean, one thing I love about that advert right there is the fact that it has chicken on it. You just look at this. These ones si zile kuku za tao. Hizi si zile zenye zinazungukanga pale tao. This is actually kienyeji. That kienyeji, you see there's a difference between that kienyeji taste and there's and that town kuku taste, ile ya kuzunguka, zile za merry-go-round. And the difference is the taste in it. Why? Because kienyeji chicken has that aroma, it has that freshness in it, it has that originality in it, and that is exactly what Neema Poultry Farm offers you. Now, one good thing about this is the fact that whether it's a hotel business that you have, whether it's for your home, because unaweza kaa hivyo fikirie, tuliongea kuhusu eating a balanced diet. Na chicken naona iko sawa. It is a very good meat. It is white meat, right? Chicken naona iko pale, iko swafi, and I don't want to feed my family the rolling normal chicken. I want them to eat something good. Na ufikirie, acha Saturday tukule kuku. That is what Neema Poultry Farm gives you. And they are located right in Kiserian, and these are chicken that are very well fed. These are chicken that are allowed to grow, inakubalika grow kutoka, ndio maana tunaita kienyeji, because this is a real chicken. Okay, whether it's a hotel business that you have, this is what Neema Poultry Farm shows you. Now, if you like what you see on your screen, 0768 21 1766, that is their number, 0768 21 1766. Make sure you call Neema Poultry Farm and they are going to get you that kienyeji chicken that you're looking for. Labda ni hoteli, try and see. You just try in your hotel to cook for your customers some kienyeji chicken. Look at that, some good kienyeji chicken. Just try and make them that and see the results that you're going to get. So make sure you call them on that number that is on your screen, 0768, that is 2117 and 66. That is Neema Poultry Farm, and I like their slogan right there, from our farm to your table. Hakuna mahali pengine nazungushwa. When you call that number, they are going to help you out. You can either call them, you can either SMS them or WhatsApp them. Just tell them you need this chicken and you are somewhere. Wako located Kiserian. And good thing is, if you want to go there and see the chicken for yourself, it is well and good. You just talk to them, munapangana, and then you go and get your kienyeji chicken. You are perfect kienyeji chicken. That is Neema Poultry Farm. And of course, you can always call us on our number as well, so we can give you more information on that if you're looking for more information. Okay? Neema Poultry. Yani mpaka nimeshaanza kutamani kuku. Unajua kuna kitu unaonanga, alafu unaanza kusikia njaa. Now that advert right there made me hungry. Okay? And talking about hungry. Now, Let's look at health eye. What am I saying about hang? You see your favorite snack, that snack that you take anytime you want. Kuna if you want potato chips, kuna, for example, you want what? Nyama bite, it's also packaged, right? So apparently, in our health eye today, we are looking into this because right now, Kenya has become one of the first countries in Africa to adopt a front package warning label for, for your packaged food. Okay? What do I mean by this? Let me give you a quick example. You see, whenever you're going to buy cigarettes, there's always that package there in Aua. Senior, so there's those pictures that are scaring, and I don't know why people see that scaring picture and they still go ahead and. But anyway, that's a story for another day. But that is the example I'm giving. You see that package when inakwanga imeandikwa hapo, it includes this amount of tobacco, it includes this amount of this, and it kills. That is exactly what they want to do for your favorite packaged product. But hold on to that thought. Let's pick our first call. Oracle TV, hello. Hello, good morning.
Morning, madam.
Tunaongea na nani?
Hapo ni kwa Oracle.
Yes, ni Oracle TV. Tukusaidie vipi?
Oh, I was watching. Naitwa Mercy from Syokimau.
Mercy, amazing. Unatuwatch kutoka wapi, Mercy?
I'm calling from Syokimau. So I was partnering na me, anapendanga kipindi zenu sana.
Amen, amazing. Na sasa umetupata kwa Health Wednesday, Mercy.
So when
ni tipu gani ya health uko nayo kwa watu wa leo?
Ya health? Sikuwa na kitu but nilikuwa tu na partner. Nimefungua kama inaendelea.
Aya, sawa, asante.
Sikuwa nimejua.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Amazing. Now, one thing I love about Oracle TV viewers, amepata ikiendelea na akaamua tu kupiga. All right. Thank you so much, Mercy. Tuned in. Thank you so much. You can also go ahead and call us 0711-176-006, and we are going to be so happy to pick your calls. And I think as I took Mercy's call, I did see a message right here, and inasema, just a minute. Good morning, Oracle TV. Kezia na watazama kutoka Rorie. Napenda show sana. Sikuwa najua kuna tofauti ya migraine na headache. Zote sinikumwa na kichwa. Kezia jamani. Kezia anasema hakuwa anajua kuna tofauti ya migraine na headache. Anamuuliza si zote ni kuumwa na kichwa. We are going to look into that. Na tutaona tofauti ya migraine na headache ni nini. Lakini asante sana Kezia. Someone else here anasema, good morning Ruth. Hiyo kuku imefanya tusikie njaa, usikie njaa peke yako. Anyway, kienyeji is always best. Health tip of the week. Watu wakunywa maji kwa wingi. And I think watu wakunywa maji kwa wingi, there are always so many. Watu wakunywa maji kwa wingi, I don't know what is it with water. I know we talked about hydration, but thank you so much. We do love you and we do appreciate you. Do continue texting us and calling us on that number that is on your screen. 0711-176-006. Now, back to our conversation. So we were talking about your favorite packaged food. So Kenya has become one of the first ever, African countries to adopt a front of package warning labels. And I did get some of these examples to show you just what we are working with. And, this label is going to be for packaged food and also for your beverages. So under this policy, most processed foods and drinks will be required to display clear health warning labels on their front packaging, similar to other products like cigarettes. Just the example that I gave, the way they have health warnings there. So what is going to happen is, you see that bag of potato chips in unapenda, actually scratch potato chips. Iyo box ka biscuit, acha hata na biscuit, juice. Niko na examples kwa wingi. All your foods that are processed means that all the foods that are packaged, they are going to have something like this. Lazima uandike how much sugar is contained in that food or in that beverage, how much saturated fats are in there, how much fats are in there, is it healthy for you? And in case it has a side effect to your health, it also has to be noted right there. Yes, that's right. So they have to put all these, and they'll have to tell you what exactly you're eating. And I mean, this is so good for our health, right? Just hold on to that thought. Oracle TV, hello. Oracle TV, hello. Hello, tunaongea na nani? Kutoka wapi? Right, I think I forgot to tell you guys something. So whenever you guys are calling watu wangu wa Mungu, wakati unapiga, kindly make sure TV yako volume iko chini ndio tuweze kusikizana, because if your volume is high hatutasikizana. Nitakuwa nikisikia echo, utakuwa ukisikia echo, hatutasikizana. At the end of the day there is not going to be any conversation. So when you're calling, make sure that your TV volume is low so you can call. So call me again, whoever just called, and we are going to pick that. But back to what we were talking about. So each and every food that you're taking, you're going to be taking your food knowing exactly what you're taking, because hapo atakuwa akiandika how much food, how much fats are in that in that let's say beverage, kama ni drink, how much fats are in that soda, how much sugar is in that soda, and if there are any side effects, what are the side effects to your health. Actually, Kenya is one of the African countries that is going to adopt this. And why does this matter? Because over 90% of packaged foods sold in Kenya would fall under the category of having of having excess sugar, salt, and unhealthy fat. A lot of unprocessed food that we take out here. So with this policy around, and I'm sure they are going to be regulating that as well, kwa sababu unaiandika, and personally I don't think I would want to eat something that imeandikwa high in fat and you know that it is high in fat, compared to me taking it kama sijui, you get. And also these foods are linked to rising cases of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and heart diseases. And also this is one of the policies that the Ministry of Health has put up to make sure that Kenya is a healthy nation. And of course, this move is also part of the national campaign to combat non-communicable diseases, which are now responsible for 30% of all deaths in Kenya. Like 30% of the whole population of Kenya are attributed to some of these foods, and the labels will say products, will say if the product is high in sugar, high in salt, if it has excess fat, if it has little fat, if it has excess sugar. And I'm loving this. You come and you get and these labels are designed to be bold. They are supposed to be bold. They are supposed to be visible and easy to understand, even for people with low literacy levels. Now, this will help them make healthier choices at a glance, okay? And this is because there has been a lot of fights against non-communicable diseases, against diabetes, against hypertension, against obesity. And because this is, I think when we are looking at our health episode, when we are looking at our balanced diet, yes, that is what I was looking for. We did check around these things, and we did see that the stats are not looking good. And people always think that they are buying healthy juices, cereals, but in reality, these foods are loaded with a lot of sugar, they are loaded with a lot of salt, and these labels are expected to protect consumers to reformulate and rethink their health diets. And I am loving this. And of course, this one is going to help customers encourage healthier decisions. This will shift public awareness from marketing appeal to nutritional truth, right? And of course, this could drive a demand for healthier local alternatives, and this is going to be super amazing. So what is going to be the impact on the food industry? Companies may be forced to reformulate and their recipes to avoid to avoid being duped, or rather to avoid being dumped by their consumers. They'll have to rethink and reformulate their recipes. And of course, a strong pushback is expected from large food manufacturers and lobby groups. These ones that produce foods that have excess salt, that have excess fat, and all that. And this is going to be such an amazing thing to see in Kenya. And it's a good thing. That is why we are looking at it in our health eye today. Kwa sababu, should you find such a label in food that you're buying, don't tell me you're going to buy food and imeandikwa excessive fat. na hautaki kukua excessive hautaki kukua mnono zaidi ama hutaki kukua obese. That is what the Ministry of Health is doing. Now we are going to keep you updated on that. We are going to check how that goes until the time wakati tutaziona huko kwa streets. But this is going to be super interesting. And now that we've looked at our health eye, it is quite interesting, by the way, and this will drive our country towards a healthier nation, and it will also drive us towards healthier choices, because ukiona iko na excessive sugar, I don't think you're going to buy it, right? Yeah, so do stick around to see some of those, because maybe in a few months time you're going to be seeing some of those labels, and they're supposed to be as big and bold as they can and as easier to read as they can, according to the Ministry of Health. Okay, that's our health eye. Now to the last point before we wind up the show. Headaches. We did say that we are going to look at headaches today, and ni kutoka Nyeri ama ni kutoka wapi? Alituambia yeye alikuwa nadhania migraine na headache ni one and the same thing. But anyway, we are about to see that. So what's a headache? Just take a minute to think about it and tell me if you know what a headache is. Tunajua ni kuumwa na kichwa, but what really is a headache? So this is a pain or discomfort in the head, a scalp or neck, and it's one of the most common medical complaints, actually most common medical complaints, and can vary in intensity, location, and cause as well. So key facts. Let's look at some of the facts of a headache. So headaches may feel dull, they may be throbbing, they may be sharp or pressure-like, depending on what type of headache it is, and they can either be short-term or chronic. That's also something to look into. And some common causes of headache would be tension or stress. I think we looked at that when we were looking at migraines, but this is a different one. So tension and stress might be a common cause. Also lack of sleep. Usipolala, I think okay, I don't know if most of you have experienced this. Usipopata usingizi ya kutosha, you have a headache. Unaumangwa na kichwa vibaya sana. And of course, dehydration. That's why when we are looking at hydration, we did look at a point at the end. We said, wakati unaumwa na kichwa, the first question someone will ask you is, umekunywa maji? That is because dehydration might cause headache to you. Of course, skipped meals. When you skip a meal, you might have a headache. There is caffeine withdrawal. Kwa wale ambao watu wa kahawa tunaangaliwa tu leo. Caffeine withdrawal. And of course, another thing that can cause a headache is an infection, maybe flu or sinusitis. And of course, we have migraine disorders. You see right there? Migraine disorders. Migraine is a totally different thing, and we are going to look into that. And of course, high blood pressure might also cause a headache. And of course, there is also eye strain. That is more screen overuse. When you're used to staying on the screen for a long time, that might also cause a headache. Now that we know some of the common causes, what are really some of the types of headaches? Because we have types, okay? We have types of headaches. Wacha tuangalie some of them before we wind up. And here we go. So we do have primary headaches and we do have secondary headaches. So allow me to look at primary headaches first, okay? So we can go together. Yeah, here they are. So allow me to look at a primary headache first. So number one, we have tension headaches, okay? So a tension headache, most common type. This one is the one that most of us, if not all of us, have experienced. Now, this one feels like a tight band around the head, dull and aching. Unasikia ni kama kichwa imeshikwa, ni kama mtu alichukua tu blada akafunga kichwa, okay? And often due to stress, maybe poor posture, kama umekaa vibaya, or fatigue. And the pain is mild to moderate. It's not that extreme. And usually on both sides of the head, okay? Then number two type of a primary headache, we have a migraine. We just looked at it in our health term of the week. Now this one is intense. It has a throbbing pain and it's often on one side. And actually this one may include symptoms like nausea, actually might be accompanied with vomiting, maybe sensitivity to light and sound. We did look at that, and also may last for 4 to 72 hours. That's a migraine. Then still on the migraine, some people may experience an aura, flashes of light and vision changes before it starts. Ni ile unafika mahali, maybe you see what do they say, a flashlight, or rather a very sharp light inakupita before you have the migraine. That is number 2. Then number 3, we have cluster headaches. Now, what are cluster headaches? Cluster headaches are severe, and they pierce a lot around and behind one eye. Who among you amekuwa na hiyo nini? They pierce and are around one eye, behind or just one eye, okay? And they occur in clusters, just as the name, repeats daily for weeks, months, and then disappears. Yani kauchungu kwa tu hapa kwa side moja ya macho, and I don't know why that happens. And of course it occurs at the same time each day and na ingine ni aru, each day and night. Yani kama ni saa 4 ni saa 4, but that's a cluster headache. And then we have an extensional headache. Now this one is triggered by physical activity, maybe by running, coughing, and lifting. And most especially if kama uko na homa, for those of you who have experienced this, ukiwa na homa and you cough too much, you find that you have that a headache. Yeah, that's an extension headache. And of course it's usually harmless but could be checked if frequent. Ukiona imezidi sana, wanasemanga pata ushauri wa daktari ukiona maumivu yamezidi. That's right. So number 5, we have hypnic headaches. Now the hypnic headaches are very rare, but they are called the alarm clock headaches. Why? Because it wakes people up from sleep. Imagine kuamshwa na kuumwa na kichwa from sleep, and mostly affects people over 50 years, okay? These are dull and throbbing, a headache, and of course occurs at the same time nightly. Yani kama ni sharp pain inakuamsha saa 7 za usiku, inakuamsha kila siku saa 7 za usiku. So those are the primary or the most common, types of headaches. Then we have the secondary. This one results from another condition or cause and could be serious. We have a sinus headache. This one is pain in the forehead, maybe in the cheeks or the bridge of the nose right here. Either forehead, either the cheeks or the bridge of the nose right here, and may be caused by a sinus infection. You've heard that, right? And may include a fever, nasal congestion, or pressure, and often confused with migraines. It's not a migraine, but it's often confused with migraine. Then we have medication overuse headache, and this one tufungue tu masikio. A medication overuse headache, it's more of a rebound headache. Ni yenye tu inarudi kwa sababu umezoea kumeza panadol sana. Let me just use the right time. And it is caused by frequent use of painkillers. Umumwa na kichwa sana, then panadol. Unaumwa na kichwa, panadol. So this one comes as a rebound. Imekuja sasa kuattack vizuri, and this one headache becomes more frequent and worse over time, and common in people who take medication more than 2 to 3 times a week. If you're used to that and unasikianga ukimwa na kichwa, that we call it a medicational overuse headache, or just call it a rebound headache. Okay, it's a rebound headache. Inarudi kwa sababu you're used to painkillers a lot. And number 8, we have aviconergic headache. Now this one originates from the issue of neck and spine. If you have an issue of neck and spine, these are the secondary ones. They are very rare and they come from a certain condition, okay? And this one is triggered by poor posture. It might be because of injuries or maybe because of neck issues. That's a cavicogenic headache. And then we have a hormonal headache. This one is linked to women, might be because of pregnancy, birth control, menopause, or even your menstrual cycle. For those of you who have had that is mostly for women. Actually it's only for women. Hormonal headaches are mostly for women. And of course estrogen fluctuations are the common trigger because it involves your body and how the body of a woman is. Then number 10, we have thunderclap headaches. Now thunderclap headaches, these ones are medical emergencies. Why do I say this? Because this one can indicate bleeding in the brain or rather a stroke, and must be treated as an emergency. It's always described as the worst headache of one's life, okay? And this one you get the sudden headaches, all right? And they are severe, that peaks in second. Ile inakuanza inakuja tu all of a sudden, and then it hits like bad. It hits badly. That's a severe. It becomes inakuja a very fast attack, but it's a severe headache. That might be a thunderclap headache, and you should seek medical you should seek a doctor as fast as possible, because it's the worst type of headache or the most severe type of headache. It's called a thunderclap, okay? Then we have headache from high blood pressure. That's a hypertensive crisis, and this one occurs when the blood pressure is dangerously high and feels like a pulsating or pressure type headache. That is for those who have blood pressure issues. And then we have dehydration headaches. Now, dehydration headaches occur when the body lacks water. I think we already looked at that. And of course, we have another one, caffeine withdrawal headaches. This one, caffeine withdrawal headaches, happens when a habitual caffeine user does not use it. And I think this also goes for tea, because also tea, I see people who take tea also have a problem with that. Umekosa kunywa chai and then kichwa inakuamulia, it is me and you this season. So those are just some of the primary headaches and the secondary headaches. So make sure that in case these headaches are too bad, see a doctor. And actually, I think we noted something on that. When do you see a doctor when you have a headache? Sudden and severe headache, thunderclap, we say that that's the worst of the worst headaches. Make sure that you go see a doctor. And of course, headache that comes with fever, headaches that comes with neck stiffness, ile yenye you can't move your neck. You have a headache and you can't move your neck completely. That's also a bad one. Or headache that causes confusion. That's also that's actually a worst one. It's very bad. And of course, a headache after head injury, make sure you also seek a doctor after that. All right. And most especially, most importantly to note, head injury. Whenever you have a head injury and then you have that headache that won't go away, it is always good to seek a doctor. And now that's all we had for you on headaches. That's all we had for you on our Impact Dialogues this morning. And thank you so much to everyone who has called. Thank you so much to everyone who has texted. And just like that, I saw a message right here. Good morning, Oracle TV. Good morning. Anasema ni Ann kutoka Kisumu. How are you doing, Ann? And Anasema, love your show. Thank you so much, Ann. I am hoping you've learned something about headaches. Now, I have another one here. Good morning, Ruth. Sometimes unatushtuanga. Yani hizi zote ni types of headache. Na mimi najua tu kuumwa na kichwa. All right, that is why we are here to learn on a Health Wednesday's Impact Dialogues. Now, thank you so much. I see we are out of time. I do want to let you go. But before I let you go, make sure that you at least take 1 or 2 pointers from that. Take care of your health. Take care of your head. In case you have that head injury na bado unasikia kichwa inauma kidogo kidogo, it is good to go and seek medical advice. Ni vizuri kwenda kuona daktari. Mtu anangi kwa daktari wakati ameumia sana, wakati imekuwa severe. No, it is good to deal with the trouble before it begins. And for the habitual painkiller takers, you've had some headaches, rebound headaches would come out of taking too much painkiller. So let's try to avoid that as well. Let's try to hydrate as much as possible to avoid, dehydration headaches as well. And also, let's take care of our health, because anything that gets into your stomach is what affects your health in general. Right? So let's take care of your health. And I'm hoping that has been, educative to you back at home. Now, I want us to leave, but are you a partner with Oracle TV? Are you a partner with Mountain of Deliverance Church, Nairobi? Now, Team Impact Dialogues, we say that we have to make sure that each and every day, each and every Monday, each and every Wednesday, each and every Friday, we come together to partner with Mountain of Deliverance Church, Nairobi, because this mountain is the home of the Oracle Television Network. It's the home of those programs that you love watching so much. So if you've not given your partnership for today, it's only 100 shillings daily. So go to your M-Pesa. Let's do that right now. Our pay bill number is 4130-469. 4130-469, and account you put in your name. Why do you put in your name? Because when Dr. Francis Oracle will be playing for you, he will be praying for you by name. All right, we'll be praying for you by name. So let's partner with Oracle TV. Let's partner with Mountain of Deliverance Church, Nairobi, because when you partner with MOD, by the way, you're partnering with Oracle TV. So once again, for that person who has not gotten that pay bill number, let me repeat it before we have it on our screens. That is 4130-469. 4130-469. 4130-469. Put in your 100 shillings, and we are going to have partnered with Mountain of Deliverance Church, Nairobi, as Team Impact Dialogues. All right, I'm hoping you've put in your partnership. 4130 469. Now, thank you so much for everyone who joined us for Impact Dialogues this morning. I do appreciate you for allowing me to invade your morning with our Health Wednesday. I'm hoping you've enjoyed the conversation on my headaches. I'm hoping umejua kama ule ameniambia ametuambia hakuwa anajua hizo zote ni types za headache. Unajua watu actually si wewe peke yake, ni sisi wote. We think kuumwa na kichwa ni kuumwa na kichwa, and I'm going to make sure that we get a health expert to help us explain some of these things and why, if you have frequent headaches, why it happens and what to do, because at the end of the day we need a doctor to explain that to us. All right, but apart from that, thank you so much. I do love you. For everyone who joined us on Facebook, I do love you as well. I do appreciate your support and your like and your share and you tuning in from 8 a.m. all the way to now. All right, I do appreciate you. I just want, for everyone who joined us. Brian Mwema Mbarikiwa Masharia, that's our biggest fan today on Facebook. All right, thank you so much, Brian. We do love you and we do appreciate you a lot. So until on Friday for our Social Wednesday, this has been Impact Dialogues with me, Ruth Wanjiru. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay happy. Tuonane Friday.